Stop. Before you sleep, answer one question honestly. Not the version you'd tell a friend to make yourself look disciplined. The version with no audience, no spin, no benefit of the doubt. David Goggins built a ritual for exactly this moment, the accountability mirror. Not meditation, confrontation. He stood in front of himself, said out loud what he actually did today, and refused the comfortable version of the story. Sometimes I wussed out, he admitted, and had to deal with it at the accountability mirror, but facing that mirror, facing himself, motivated him to fight through it, and he came out tougher. Tonight, that's the only mirror that matters, not the one on the wall, the one in your own head. So run the ledger. Not the version where you meant to, tried to, almost did. The version with numbers. Bill Belichick reduced an entire season to 2 words. Do your job. Not more, not less, not I did my best. Each of us has a job to do, he said, and the only thing we can do is do the best we can. Improve daily, work hard, pay attention to the small details, put the mission first. Tonight the question is that short. Did you do your job? Yes or no? Not kind of. Jocko Willink won't let you blame the day either. There are no bad teams, only bad leaders, he wrote, and the leader you're grading tonight is you. On any team, in any organization, all responsibility for success and failure rests with the leader. The leader must own everything in his world. There is no one else to blame. There was no bad day today. There was only a leader, you, who did or didn't lead himself. And if you let a weak excuse slide tonight without naming it, remember his warning. Substandard performance that's accepted without consequence doesn't stay an exception. It becomes the new standard. And Goggins already told you what to do with what you find. Tell the truth about the real reasons for your limitations, he said, and you will turn that negativity, which is real, into jet fuel. The excuse you almost let yourself believe an hour ago doesn't get buried tonight. It gets named out loud and burned for fuel. This is where most people quit the audit early, the moment the honest answer is ugly. You skipped the work. You took the easy version of the conversation. You knew the standard and picked comfort anyway. The temptation is to soften it, round it up, call it basically done. The ledger doesn't round. Here's the part that separates the ledger from self-punishment. None of these men stop at the accusation. Jocko has a one-word pivot for the moments the audit turns up a real failure. Good, he says. When things are going bad, there's going to be some good that will come from it. Not denial. Redirection. You found the leak tonight. Good. Now you know exactly where to patch it tomorrow. That single word is the difference between an audit and a punishment. An audit finds the leak and moves on. A punishment just finds a reason to keep bleeding. Belichick's whole system runs on that same 24-hour turn. The Patriots graded every play, win or loss, inside a day. No lingering on the win, no drowning in the loss. Each of us has a job to do, he said, and the only thing we can do is do the best we can. Improve daily, work hard, pay attention to the small details. Review, correct, move to the next opponent. Tomorrow is the next opponent. It doesn't care how tonight's game went. And Goggins closes the loop on why this matters more than comfort. Personal accountability, he said, brought him self-respect, and self-respect will always light a way forward. Not confidence. Not motivation. Self-respect. The thing you only get by telling yourself the truth first. His own instruction for what comes next is almost administrative. Write your insecurities, your dreams, your goals on Post-its and tag up your mirror. Not once. Every night, until the mirror stops being an accusation and starts being a record. So write it down. Tag it to the mirror in your head. What didn't you do today that you told yourself you would? That's not tonight's failure. That's tomorrow's standard already signed by a leader who owns everything in his world, doing his job, telling himself the truth first. Tomorrow, win before they wake.